Are you worried you're experiencing burnout and you're really not sure where to start? Maybe Googling what burnout is, what symptoms there are, and maybe treatments? Well, this is a special 7-day Pilates challenge that's really meant to help us heal from burnout. Hey friends, it's Kate here. Thanks so much for joining me today. Now I've got a special little series. I recently left a job that left me feeling very burnt out, and when one of my students mentioned she was going through the same thing, I thought that would be a wonderful opportunity to offer a little 7-day challenge meant to help us kind of relax, reset, and get into the habit of caring for ourselves. Now I do hesitate to call it a challenge if I'm going to be honest. Let's face it, if we're already feeling overwhelmed and overworked, perhaps calling it a challenge isn't the best verbiage, but for YouTube's algorithm's sake, I am going to call it that. However, you might prefer to think of this as a course or a guide. The nice thing about it is we don't need any props whatsoever, and even though technically it's going to be released in a 7-day series, and I'm going to call it a 7-day challenge, you can do it at your own pace. Maybe you do 1 video a week, 2 videos a week, maybe you want to keep up with me for the entire thing. It's totally up to you to go at your own pace. Now, I do want to make a great big caveat and say that I am not a medical professional, obviously. I'm a Pilates teacher, a yoga teacher. I do have lots of experience in that world. When it comes to actual mental health, of course, that is not my area of expertise. This is simply my own research, and really I'm just sharing with you what's helped me over the past couple of months. So take this with a grain of salt, and remember, this is never in lieu of actual medical attention if you need to speak with someone. Totally different kind of a thing. Really, this is just a nice way for me to share what's been working with me over the past couple of months. I mean, honestly, it's just my goal for you to feel nice and relaxed and feel really happy and confident with yourself by the end of these 7 days. Now, what is burnout, you ask? Burnout is actually still a relatively new term. It was coined in 1974 in a book called Burnout: The High Cost of High Achievement by Herbert Freudenberger. Freudenberger defined burnout as the extinction of motivation or incentive, especially where one's devotion to a cause or relationship fails to produce the desired results. A few questions you might ask yourself to find out if you are experiencing burnout could be: have you become more cynical or critical at work? Do you drag yourself to work and have trouble getting started? Have you become more irritable or impatient with coworkers, customers, or clients? Do you lack the energy to be consistently productive? Do you find it hard to concentrate? Possible causes of burnout could be things like lack of control, unclear job expectation, dysfunctional workplace dynamics, extreme activity, lack of social support, and a work-life imbalance. Symptoms of burnout can be both physical and mental, including things like gastrointestinal problems, high blood pressure, poor immune function, recurring headaches, sleep issues, concentration issues, depressed mood, feeling worthless, loss of interest or pleasure. So here's the plan for this 7-day challenge. Of course, each day is going to come with a little workout, whether it's Pilates or yoga, and then a tip of what's been working for me. How have I been healing myself from burnout? Now, this is the first day of the challenge, and our first tip might be a little bit of a no-brainer, especially coming from me in this channel, but it's exercise. Exercise can come in a lot of different forms. Exercise, mindful movement, whatever you want to call it. Moving your body helps. Almost all of the research I looked into when I left my job and I was trying to really figure out what I could do to make myself feel better suggested exercise, which was very easy for me because I already do that a lot. And Pilates and yoga are both very mindful forms of exercise. So not only are they great for our physical body, but they are wonderful for our mental health as well. Now, I want everyone to feel incredibly successful and very celebratory at the end of each of these videos. All of the exercise portions of this little challenge will only be 10 minutes in length, and that's so we can commit to it. I feel like most people are going to be able to commit to 10 minutes a day of moving their bodies, and I want you to know that I will be so incredibly proud of you for doing 10 minutes. If, though, you're looking for a little bit more than 10 minutes, at the end of each video, I'll also link to another longer video that you might want to do as well. I realize some days 10 minutes is just not enough, and so I'll be sure to link to a video that goes really well with whatever we already worked on for that day if you're looking for a little bit of a longer workout. Please remember that you can go at your own pace. I say it all the time in all of my classes in general, but I'll definitely say it here. You can do as much or as little of this challenge as you like. Take what works for you and leave the rest. As I mentioned, no props are needed whatsoever. Simply roll out your mat. Let's go ahead and get started with our first Pilates class of this 7-day challenge. Let's just start in an easy seat on our mat. Cross your legs however you like. Take your hands to the tops of your thighs. Lift your ears a little higher. And then take a big inhale, stretching your hands up overhead. Take a moment here and grow a little bit longer. Now, we never think about just sucking in our tummy in our Pilates class, but I do envision wrapping my abdominal muscles in. It's kind of like I've got a belt on and it got a little bit tighter. I'm engaging the tummy muscles even while I stretch my fingertips high. Take a nice big breath. Hands behind the head, poke the elbows wide. Take a little twist to your right. Inhale, look forward. Take a little twist to your left. Inhale, look forward. Stretch the hands up nice and high once more. Wiggle the fingers, grow an inch or two taller. Flip the palms, press them down. Scooch a little further forward as you lay back. Feet press into the floor. Take your hands a little bit away from your body so we can encourage our chest to open up. And let's find an imprinted spine. If you're new to me or to Pilates, an imprinted spine means to press the low back down into the mat. Feel your shoulders connect to the ground, point the nose to the sky. Stomp into both feet as you inhale, lift the hips out, finding the top of a bridge. As you arrive at the top of your bridge, squeeze your thut, your thigh-butt connection point. Wrap the tummy in a little bit more. Try and lift the entire pelvis up without splaying the ribs. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, one vertebra at a time, roll yourself down to the mat. Inhale, tip the pelvis, lift right back up. Exhale, roll all the way down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now we can continue to do our bridge just like that. Or if we want to take it up a notch, the next time I lift my hips up, try and pick up your right leg with you. Set both feet and hips down. Exhale, left foot up, hips up. Lower down. Right foot high, hips lift. Lower down. Left foot high, hips lift. Lower down. One more. And if we are doing our legs, that's awesome. If you're still just lifting and lowering the hips by themselves, that's great too. Now both feet, both hips down, pause. Heel toe the feet a little wider, knock the knees together, and take an easy sway of our knees side to side. Come back to center. Heel toe the feet back so they're in line with your sitting bones. Take your hands behind your head, elbows nice and wide like we did at the start of class. Are you still imprinting your spine? Can you wrap the tummy in? Take a full big inhale. See if you can curl your head and chest up. Now it should feel like you're trying to lift the shoulder blades away from the floor, folding from the sternum, looking over your knees. If you look up to the sky, we usually jet our chin forward. If we look down, we kind of cave everything in. So that's our sweet spot right over our knees. Take a big full breath. Big sigh out. Lower your head and chest down to the ground. Hold right there. Take a breath. Exhale, pick up your right leg. Set the right leg down. Exhale, pick up the left leg. Set it down. Pick up the right. Lower down. Pick up the left. Now again, we might simply do that, just lifting and lowering our knees. That can be a great way to build abdominal strength without straining our neck at all. If we want to take it up a notch, I'm going to curl my head and chest up and hold it there as I now lift and lower my knees. If it feels too much to keep the head and chest lifted, looking over the kneecaps, you could of course set the head down. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But every time I lift my leg up, I think about wrapping the tummy in. A big exhale pulls it up, sets it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last set. Last one. Set the feet down. Set the head and chest down. Relax. Take your fingertips away. Once more, heel toe the feet apart. Knock the knees together. Take a little sway side to side. Heel toe the feet back towards one another. Again, a little imprint of the spine. Stretch your right leg up to the sky. If there's a bend in your knee, that's okay. Flex the foot, point the toe. Flex the foot, point the toe. This time, flex and pause. Navel in, chest open. Take your hands wide like a T. Actively press your palms into the floor. Actively press your shoulders into the floor, feeling your upper body work. 5 times, we're going to drop our heel down as low as we can without arching our back. Exhale, kick the leg up. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. 3 more down. Exhale, lift. 2. Last one. Pause. Set your right foot on the floor. Lift your left leg high. Flex and point the toe of your left leg. Are you still actively pressing your palms, your shoulders into the ground so we feel nice and supported there? Flex and pause, navel to spine, nose points to the sky, and then we go down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up for 3 and 2. Last one, lift and pause. Open up across the chest. Set your left foot down. Again, pick up your right leg. Flex the foot again, heel up, toes down. Hands can stay in place. Or again, we have an opportunity to take it a little bigger. Curl head and chest up, pause. Inhale, heel down, exhale, lift. Down, exhale, lift. For 3 and 2. Last one. Right foot down. If you need to set the head down between sides, that's awesome. If you can keep it lifted, flex and extend your left leg, that's great too. 5 times, down, exhale up, down, exhale up for 3 and 2. Last one. Foot to the floor, head and chest to the floor. Reach your hands away. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. Take a rock and roll on the back of your body. Give your spine a little love. Come all the way up to a nice tall seat and plant your feet into the floor. We'll take our hands behind our thighs, elbows nice and wide. Lift your ears even higher. Full, big inhale. As you exhale, rock off your sitting bones, leaning back into a Pilates C curve. Holding here, I'm thinking about my pubic bone reaching towards my belly button. My sacrum, that big bony plate at my spine, reaching down to the ground. Our hands can stay underneath our thighs if we need that support, or we can take them away. If they're away, pretend there's a table here. Press down into your imaginary table. Open up across your chest. Full big inhale. Exhale, can you pick up your right leg? Set it down. Exhale, pick up the left leg. Set it down. Every time you lift your leg, think about the whole thigh coming closer to your chest and dropping down. I wrap the tummy and lift and lower. I wrap to lift and I lower. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Now, if we can, here's a big challenge. Pick up your left leg, keep it there. Take your hand beneath your thigh if you haven't already. Take another breath, pick up your right leg and hug it as well. If that's too much for us today, it is a-okay. Elbows wide, chest open, ears lift high. Full big inhale. Take an easy seat. Both hands lift nice and high. Just like we started, wiggle the fingers. Stretch a little longer. Hands behind the head, elbows wide. Take a twist to your right. Look forward. Twist to your left. Look forward. Reach the hands up. Flip the palms, press them to the side of you like a great big T, and slide them towards one another. Rotate your palms so they're facing up to the sky. Think about rotating from underneath the armpits. Almost kiss the tips of the shoulder blades together behind your back. As you pull the navel in, can you bring your pinkies towards one another without collapsing through the front of our body? If we need to keep space between them to prevent that from happening, that's a-okay, but otherwise, shine almost your armpit up to the sky. It's like I'm really trying to rotate from underneath there. Take a big inhale, push your hands up, drop them right back down. Exhale, push them up, drop them right back down. 2 more, up and down. Last one, up, drop it down. Now this time, lift the hands up and pause. Shoulders down the back, ears lift high. Take a full, big breath. Lightly pulse the heels of your hands up to the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. One more set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and relax. Sit up taller and straighter and notice how we're feeling from just that short little bit of movement. Take a nice big inhale, big breath out. And as always, my friends, give yourself a pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I am so proud of you for joining me today. Remember, there'll be another video tomorrow. If you need a little bit more, I'll go ahead and link a class up there that'll pair nicely with today's class. Anywho, enjoy the rest of your day. I cannot wait to see you again.